Recently, I've been arguing with somebody over the value of tree hints and record hints, and I want to share my thoughts and then have you weigh in on this controversy. So today, join us as we talk about which ones are better to build your family tree hints or record hints. Howdy, I'm Devin Noel Lee with Family History Fanatics, where we love to help you climb your family tree and have a whole lot of fun along the way. Now, hinting on genealogy platforms have revolutionized how we do genealogy research. In fact, it is almost like having a genealogy research assistant working for you round the clock. Wait, I think there's an ad somewhere on the podcast that say that. But yes, they do make things come to you a whole lot faster. And if you saw my video about how one hint turned into pages of records on Ancestry, you know what I mean. But if you have a limited amount of time to work on your family tree, should you focus on tree hints or record hints? That is the point of this video and the debate. Be sure to check out the show notes for this video, because over on the blog, I share with you some of the feedback from professional genealogists and where they fall on this debate. You'll find the link in the description, but it will always be on familyhistoryfanatics.com/blog. Hints help us find a lot of great information. They can help us find additional relationships that we didn't know about. How many of you have looked at a census record only to find, oh, there's a child that I didn't know existed, or oh, here's the missing mother-in-law? Yeah, exactly. More facts to make our ancestors' life come to back to life, so to speak. And then name variations. Oh my goodness. Sometimes we can't find the records we're looking for, and then the hints will suggest an alternate spelling, and then you're like, oh, yep, that's my ancestor. So tree hints versus record hints, what really is the difference? Tree hints are hints to other trees created by other users on the platform that may have ancestors that are in common with you. Record hints, by contrast, point to historical documents that we need to build our family tree. And most genealogy researchers prefer to build their tree on documents. So you kind of know where I'm going with this. However, my colleague Peggy Laritzen points out that I want to glean what others have added that may not be found anywhere else. So there are trees by other users that have Bible pages and a lot of other details that you didn't know existed. And they're on member trees on Ancestry, Find My Past, and My Heritage. But Family Search is different. Family Search is one tree. So if you're using Family Search to build your family tree, the family tree hints are meaningless. However, they do have duplicates hints. And that's a video that I've talked about on this channel, and you need to go watch what to do about duplicates on the family tree. But let's focus on tree hints. Be careful adding any information from someone else's family tree until you have processed it and validated it. And maybe you've already guessed that I'm not a fan of family tree hints. I will use them if I'm working on a brick wall, maybe. But for the most part, I avoid tree hints because they are a time suck. They are almost always trees that don't have documentation. They're almost always trees that keep propagating corrections that I've made and I can't get other users to update or at least discuss to tell me why they think I'm wrong. So no, I don't prefer or focus on tree hints whenever I'm using a platform that has tree hints. Now, perhaps if I was using Find My Past, they have said that a lot of Irish and British and Welsh ancestor trees are built there and they're not anywhere else, and they have details that nobody else has. So in that case, maybe because I'm working on Find My Past and I'm researching in those locations, then I will give the tree-to-tree hints a look that I talked about in a video here on this channel. That aside, yeah, I'm not a fan of tree hints. Now, if you are going to use family tree hints, and when I am working on a brick wall case, I will use trees suggestions if they're based on sources. So if I see a tree that has no sources for the people in the tree, then I highly doubt the accuracy of that tree. Now, if then I find that the sources are more than just other family trees, then that tree is going to pique my interest just a little bit more. And finally, I will only accept new information from other people's family trees if I have looked at their sources and validated them to be accurate. So that is what you need to keep in mind if you start processing family tree hints. Now, one thing I learned in talking to my colleagues at Ancestry.com is when you go and you are looking at a record and on the right column, there are suggested records for that person mentioned in the record that you're looking at. Those are another form of hints, and a lot of them are based on other member trees. So for me, I just go ahead and just focus on records. Genealogy should be based on historical documentation, quality genealogical sources. Therefore, I'm going to look at record hints before I look at tree hints. Now, the computer algorithms can only suggest a possible record that's for my ancestor. So what do I need to do? I need to look at those sources and validate that they are about my ancestor. If they are, then I accept it into my tree. If they are not, then I reject them. So what say you? Let's have a fun little discussion in the comments. Do you focus on tree hints? Do you focus on research hints? Do you focus on both, or do you ignore them completely? I'd want you to weigh in and let me know. Now, if you're ready to learn how to be a better genealogist, be sure to check out the playlist up here. And if you're ready for something chosen specifically with you in mind by our friends at YouTube, check out this video right here. Okay, truth. Okay, moment of truth.